ketogenic diet doesn't work. Everyone feels like crap when they're on a ketogenic diet.
God damn it, Thanos, you fucking ruin everything. Hey, the ketogenic diet is great. I've been doing it for the last few years and I'm in the best shape of my life. The problem is most people make a lot of mistakes when they're doing the ketogenic diet. I'm going to tell you the top 5 keto mistakes and how to avoid them so you too can reap the benefits of the ketogenic diet. Let's go. Yo, listen, I've been doing the ketogenic diet for the last few years, but even before that, I've been a personal trainer and nutritionist for about 20 years, and I've trained a lot of people with the ketogenic diet. I actually started doing the ketogenic diet because I went for a checkup and they said that my cholesterol was sky high and they wanted to put me on statin drugs. Those drugs have a lot of negative side effects, including lower testosterone, dementia, and a host of other things that I did not want to partake in. So because I had experience with the ketogenic diet and I witnessed the health benefits with my clients over the years, I decided to give that a shot instead to work on my cholesterol. And guess what? The first 30 days, my cholesterol dropped over 100 points. Not only that, I seemed to have more energy. I was more ripped. I was able to put on muscle without putting on fat, and it was easier for me to lose fat because I wasn't as hungry and I had more energy. Now, a lot of people say that I tried the ketogenic diet and it didn't work. Didn't work for me, or I didn't like it, or I felt bad. And when I questioned them further about it, I found out the mistakes they're making. I want to share with you the top 5 ketogenic mistakes and how to avoid them. But before I do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hey, turn on notifications because I'm posting new content every day, almost. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1. When most people start the ketogenic diet, they say, hey, I'm gonna start doing keto, and I'm gonna start doing intermittent fasting, and I'm gonna start doing high intensity interval training, and I'm gonna put myself in a crazy caloric deficit, and then they wonder why they feel bad. You're doing too much at once, bro. You went from sitting on the couch doing nothing, eating garbage, to doing the most intense things you can do overnight, and you're trying to do them all at once. You got to remember that there's going to be a phase, an adaptation phase, because when you do the ketogenic diet, your body's running off of what's called ketones. Now, before, when you were eating carbohydrates, your body would convert those carbohydrates into something called glucose, and your body would run off that glycogen. Now, in the absence of that glycogen, your body's going to convert fat into something called ketones, and that's going to be your new energy source. But it takes a little while for your body to actually learn how to do that, and it's an adaptation phase that can last 2 to 4 weeks. Now, if you're going through that adaptation phase and you're doing intermittent fasting, right? You just started intermittent fasting and you're just starting HIIT cardio, and you're going to put yourself in a crazy caloric deficit, well, no wonder you feel like crap. Any one of those things alone would make you feel like crap initially, and that's why I kind of recommend that you first just adapt to the ketogenic diet. I wouldn't even put myself in a caloric deficit. If I were you, I would eat at maintenance until you are adapted to keto. To calculate your maintenance calories, maybe take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by 14 or 15, depending on who you are, on how fat you are right now. Eat keto macros at that calorie level, right? Give your body some time to adapt. Then you can add on stuff like intermittent fasting. Then you can do a caloric deficit. Then you can start doing some intense insanity cardio workout. If you do everything at once, of course you're gonna feel like crap. Even if you took keto out of all that, you would feel like crap. A caloric deficit in general is gonna make you feel like crap, but keto gets all the blame. It's because you're doing too much. Now, some things you can do to help you during that adaptation phase is 1, you can take exogenous ketones, because when your body's learning how to produce ketones in the absence of glycogen, you don't have any energy, so you might feel a little weak, you might feel a little tired. You know, they call it the keto flu. Most people are just tired. It's not the real flu. The brand I like is Keto Logic. They make a really good BHB. Not this flavor. They sent me this one. This one's kind of gross. You want to get that Patriot Pop. Yeah, don't get the apple joint. It's weird, man. It tastes funny, funky, right? But this Patriot Pop, this shit is bomb. See, like, full disclosure, I have an endorsement deal with this company, right? So you can get any BHB. When the CEO contacted me, I was like, yo, I am not fucking with that apple shit. I am not fucking with that at all. That shit is gross. They said, listen, let us send you the Patriot Pop. And they sent me some Patriot Pop. and I'm a believer. So this is the one you can try. It's all the same shit, basically. That's the one I like. One, because it tastes good, and two, because they paid me. Also, make sure you get enough salt and magnesium. I'm gonna talk about that later on though. When you're on keto, you're gonna lose a ton of water weight immediately. With that, you're going to lose a lot of electrolytes, so you want to supplement with some magnesium. I take some ZMA, you can get any brand. At night, that's more than enough magnesium. And I just make sure I put extra, hot sauce or salt on my food, and you'll be fine. That brings me to keto mistake number 2. You're not counting your calories, man. Like, you still have to count calories on keto. There was a YouTuber who made a video about me, talking crap about me, saying, keto's only good for people who don't count calories, because keto naturally suppresses your appetite, so they lose weight. But it's not because of the keto, it's because they just naturally start eating less. Well, first of all, that's not a flaw, that's a feature, right? When you get adapted to the ketogenic diet and your body starts to run off ketones naturally make you less hungry. And because you're less hungry, a lot of people don't count calories, naturally just don't eat as much, and they lose weight and they get in shape. But here's the thing, a lot of people feel bad on a ketogenic diet because it suppresses your appetite so much that they actually don't get enough food. They don't get enough calories to actually sustain the proper amount of energy, especially if they're doing a bunch of training and working out. They feel weak in the gym, they feel tired because they're getting way too little calories. When I'm cutting, I take my body weight in pounds, multiply that by 10. I can go a little bit higher, but like that's a good guideline for me, at least, and the people I've trained. If you go below that, that's already pretty aggressive. If you go below that, then you're gonna feel like trash, but you won't be hungry. That's the thing. So you'll just think, oh man, I need carbs. You won't be hungry, but you're not getting enough calories to maintain your energy levels. You're not getting enough calories to actually lift the proper amount of weights in the gym or do the proper amount of exercise activity. So I make sure I count my calories when I'm on keto. I count my calories all the time. I use MyFitnessPal, or you can just use a piece of paper, man. Whatever, just track what you're eating. Most people say, oh, I can't eat keto when I'm out. Nah, man. Almost every restaurant, every chain restaurant, even some like local restaurants here in New York, at least, when you go to MyFitnessPal, the restaurant shows up in the menu and it has all the macros in there, man. It makes it pretty easy. Stop making excuses, man.
Shut the fuck up and stop making excuses.
And even if that's not the case, I keep a little scale in my bag. I'm excessive. I'm over the top. I would do this whether I was on keto or not because I'm elite. That's what you can do if you're in college or someone knows almost back to school season. Bring a scale to the mess hall or the cafeteria. Oh, what are all the other kids gonna think? Fuck them kids. They're gonna think you're awesome once you're the most ripped and shredded one in your geometry class. So count your calories, make sure you're getting, even if you're dieting, make sure you're getting enough, and especially if you're bulking. A lot of people say, oh, I can't put on any muscle on keto. Well, man, you're not tracking your calories. The ketones are making you lose your appetite, so you're not gonna naturally eat enough. You're gonna have to actually force yourself to eat more food. Keto mistake number 3. A lot of people say they're doing keto, but they're not tracking their macros, and they just eat a bunch of bacon, they just eat a bunch of meat, and they think they're doing keto. And that's not the ketogenic diet. You see, if you get too much protein on the ketogenic diet, it's no longer the ketogenic diet, because your body will convert that excess protein into glucose. It's a process called gluconeogenesis, and it will kick you out of ketosis. So you want to remember, man, when you're doing the ketogenic diet, the macros are 75% fat, 20% protein, 5% carbohydrates. That's the standard strict ketogenic diet. There's other variations of that diet, and I've done videos on them, but that's the standard strict ketogenic diet that'll put you into nutritional ketosis. And that's one of the misconceptions about keto. People just think it's all meat. What about eating all that meat? All that meat. And vegans, they start going crazy over it. They start tripping. And it's like, look, vegans and everyone else, you actually need less protein and less meat on the ketogenic diet than the traditional bodybuilding diet. It's a high fat diet, so you want to get a lot of high fats, and you might have to supplement your fats. One great way to supplement your fats is with MCT powder or oil. Hey, my company Bro Laboratories makes a great MCT powder. We call it Keto Base. Who's this handsome devil on the bottle? Literally the devil. That's why it's on fire, right? Who's that handsome guy on the bottle? This is the only MCT powder with a black man on fire on it. Swear to God, it's the only one. So this is good for anyone doing keto or racist. If you're like a Klan member, this is, go ahead and buy this, man. All of you. I'm just joking. I'm not though, You don't have to buy my Keto Base powder. I mean, those other companies aren't giving you free advice, are they? No, they're not making thousands of videos helping you accomplish your goals, are they? So yeah, you can buy their stuff if you want, but they don't love you the way I love you, baby. But yeah, you might want to supplement your fats. You want to keep your fats very high, and MCT powder is shown to actually help you produce more ketones, right? So you'll have more energy, you'll get into deeper ketosis, and you'll experience the benefits a little bit more. Keto mistake number 4, you gotta measure your ketones. It's called the ketogenic diet because you are in ketosis, meaning that your ketone blood levels go above 0.5. That's what's considered nutritional ketosis. If you aren't hitting those levels, you're not in ketosis. I don't care how much meat and avocados you eat. So the first year I did the ketogenic diet, I measured my ketone levels with my blood. I measured them twice a day. I used a device called the Abbott Precision Extra. Full disclosure, I used to work for Abbott Laboratories when I was in college. I had sales and marketing internships with them. They didn't pay me to say that, but I still got love for y'all. Still got love for y'all. I tested it every day because I wanted to see if I was really getting into ketosis. And what I found out some interesting things. I found out that I can actually take my protein up to about 30% on days that I work out. So something happens, I guess I burn off the any extra glucose that's produced, and I can take my carbs up to actually like 10%. Days I didn't work out, I couldn't go that high, right? And that gives me a lot more leeway, and it makes the diet less strict for me, right? But you have to find out what works for you, and the only way to do that is to actually track your progress. At least the first month or two, you want to test your ketones until you find out what works for you. You're tracking your calories, you're tracking your macros, you're tracking your ketones, and then you find what works. And now I don't have to test my ketones at all. I can look at my macros and I know that, okay, these macros work for me. And just because you're eating bacon and butter all day doesn't mean you're in ketosis. Almost everybody who says, I tried the ketogenic diet, it doesn't work, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh man, that's cool, man. What were your ketone blood levels when you did it? And he said, well, I didn't measure my ketones. I was like, oh, shut the fuck up. How about you shut your goddamn mouth? We don't know if you were doing ketogenic diet or not. You were doing something. You might have just been doing low carbs or Atkins. That's not keto. It's not just eating all meat and cutting out carbs. That's Atkins. That's low carbs. This is different. All right, those are the top 5, but I got some other ones. Let's do another one. Number 6. I just like to over deliver, man. People aren't eating vegetables. Bro, you can eat vegetables on the ketogenic diet. In fact, you should. You should eat spinach, green leafy vegetables, kale. I like cauliflower. I like Brussels sprouts. I eat a lot of Brussels sprouts. In fact, this is the crazy thing about the vegans that's going attacking the ketogenic diet. If you're doing it right, you should be eating more vegetables and less meat than the traditional bodybuilding diet. Even though vegans, y'all hate me, I still got love for y'all. You know not what you do. As a side note, you actually can do vegan keto. You don't have to be mad at keto. You can do vegan keto, you can do vegetarian keto. I have a vegan keto video coming out soon, man. It's just a macronutrient ratio. Definitely a lot more restrictive and it's more difficult. It takes a lot of planning, but you can do it. And so vegans, you don't have to attack keto. You can though. I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you want, Man, too bad you don't let everyone else do whatever they want. Anyway, I got another one. Number 7, you gotta drink more water. You gotta really up your water intake when you're on keto because, you're gonna lose a lot of water weight fast. The ketogenic diet, when you're not eating carbs, it has a diuretic effect. What's cool about that, you end up looking more ripped. Like, people talk shit about that, like, oh, you're just losing a bunch of water weight fast. Well, you lose fat too, but losing that water weight, that's not insignificant, right? There's a reason that almost every bodybuilder, before they go on stage, they cut out carbs. Every physique competitor, they cut off carbs because you look more ripped, you're shredded, You want to get rid of that water weight to look leaner, to be leaner, to be more ripped, more cut. You don't have to drink way more water, otherwise you get dehydrated. A lot of times that's what they get when they call it keto flu. Someone's just dehydrated, man. I drink 1 or 2 gallons of water a day. The goal is always 2, but I get at least 1. You might not need as much as that, right? But I'm also 200 pounds, 6'2". You can extrapolate that to your height and weight. One more, number 8. You want to get more salt. I talked about this earlier. To avoid the keto flu, you want to get more salt and more magnesium. I take a supplement called ZMA at night. It helps me sleep, and it just gives me more than enough magnesium for the day. And I just make sure I put extra salt on my food. I use a pink Himalayan sea salt, and I put that all over everything, or just the salt from hot sauce. I have a variety of hot sauces in my house, and depending on what I eat that day, I'll go through my assortment of hot sauces and okay, this Red Devil, I know that tastes better with fish, but the Louisiana hot sauce is better with wings. And I'm kind of a connoisseur. I'm like a sommelier of hot sauces, right? I can taste it and I know what pepper it comes from and what region or even the year it was made. But that's me. I like hot sauce a lot. It's probably some genetic predisposition. My people are big hot sauce fans. Anyway, I hope that helped. Hey, I'm doing a free 30-day keto shred challenge. Click the link below. You enter your email, and we're going to send you a quick keto quick start guide, and we're going to send you workouts for 30 days and access to our Facebook group where I'm in there helping. I'm in there talking to people, answering questions every day, me and my team. And at the end of 30 days, we're probably going to do it on the 30th of every month. We're going to pick a winner. So when we have the best transformation, get that fool $1,000. $1,000, man. We're going to do this every month until I decide not to or run out of money. It's gonna be a long time before I run out of money. Anyway, so enter that right now. Hey, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification button. Follow me on Instagram. My name is King Keto, because I am the king. I'm the king. And if anybody would like to challenge me for the throne, we can duke it out, Wakanda style, and just have that, what is a fight to the death or whatever, for the kingdom. But until then, I am King Keto on Instagram, and follow me. All right, guys, peace.